7. Projection. At that time Mahamati, the great bodhisattva, also said this to the Blessed One: it has been predicted by the Blessed One that arhats also reach unexcelled perfect enlightenment, and that people without the practice for complete nirvana will reach realization of verity. And between the night the realized one awakened unexcelled perfect enlightenment and the night he passed away completely, not so much as a singe word has been related or uttered by the Blessed One. And, perpetually concentrated, the realized do not conjecture or ponder. And, creating projections, by them they do the work of the realized. For what reason is the disintegration of the consciousnesses as a succession of moments taught? And the Thunderbolt Bearer is always in constant attendance. And the starting point is not known, yet extinction is represented. And destroyers and destructive actions and floods of doings Cancamanavika, Sundarika Pravrajika, and the empty begging bowl. Obstacles from actions are evident, Blessed One. How did the Blessed One attain omniscience without being rid of faults? The Blessed One said, well then listen, Mahamati, and take it to heart accurately and aptly, I will tell you. Very well, Blessed One. So saying, the great Bodhisattva Mahamati listened to the Blessed One. The Blessed One said this to him: the realm of nirvana with no extra residue is the aim of invitation to Bodhisattva practice and cultivation. For there are, Mahamati, practitioners of Bodhisattva practice here and in other Buddha lands. The purpose of invitation to the course of the great vehicle is to cause those among them who are desirous of the nirvana of the hearer's vehicle to turn away from their relish for the vehicle of hearers. And those turned hearers are given the prediction by projected bodies, not by reality Buddhas. It is in this sense, Mahamati, that the prediction for hearers is announced, not in reference to hearers, and solitary illuminates special property of destruction of the obstacle of afflictions by relishing only emancipation. There is no destruction of the obstacle of information in this. The obstacle of information, Mahamati, is cleared by the special property of perception of the selflessness of phenomena. The obstacle of afflictions, though, is destroyed with practice in perceiving the selflessness of personality, through deactivation of the cognitive consciousness. Liberation from the obstacle of phenomena, moreover, is purified by deactivation of impressions in the receptacle consciousness. It is in reference to the perpetuity of primary truth, and due to the discontinuity of what has no before or after. The Blessed One teaches the truth without conjecturing or pondering in terms that are already worn out. Being one who acts on accurate knowledge and has unfailing memory, he does not conjecture or ponder, by dint of having destroyed the ground of the four impressions, avoiding the two falls, and having removed the two obstacles of afflictions and information. 7 Consciousnesses, Mahamati. The intellect, cognitive consciousness, I consciousness, etc. are momentary, being caused by impressions, void of the good and the painless, without impulse, not flowing. The matrix of realization, however, Mahamati, does flow. It is the ground of nirvana, happiness and sorrow, but naive ordinary people do not understand, their minds bewildered by emptiness. It is the created projections of the realized that the Thunderbolt Bearer accompanies, not the original realized ones, the able, perfectly enlightened Buddhas. For the original realized one is inaccessible to all faculties of measurement of all the naive hearers, solitary illuminates, and philosophers. Those abiding in a state of bliss come to him with the patience of knowing the truth of realization, hence the Thunderbolt Bearer does not accompany them. For projected Buddhas are not altogether products of work. There is no realized one in them, and no realized one apart from them. He engages in the normal activities of people, like a potter combining ingredients, and teaches formally, but not a standard speech asserting his own doctrine, the realm of first-hand ultimate attainment. Furthermore, Mahamati, from the passing away of 6 bodies of consciousness, naive ordinary people resort to the notion of annihilation. From lack of understanding of the receptacle they develop a notion of eternity. The starting point of subjective imagination is not known, the cessation of subjective imagination is known to be liberation. The elimination of all faults comes from elimination of the four impressions. So it is said. The three vehicles are not an escape, indeed. The Buddhas have no extinction. All are assured of Buddhahood, and those free of faults are directed. The knowledge that is the aim of realization. And the state of non-attachment, this is taught to inspire those who are stuck. Knowledge is brought forth by the Buddhas. And the path is taught by them too. They go thus, not otherwise, so they have no extinction. Impressions of four kinds. Things, desires, forms, and views made of cognitive consciousness, abide in the intellect as a receptacle. Those with intellectual views of nirvana claim annihilation and impermanence. On account of the cognitive consciousness, eyes, and the rest, an eternity on account of beginninglessness. 8. Meat eating. Then Mahamati, the great